I'm a menace, can you break it? I'm a menace, yes I can! Hi everyone, I'm a guy that exists, and welcome back to How to Break It, the series where I take an existing commander strategy, show you a list of cards, and show you a way to break the game. And today we're doing Thrasta, Tempest's Roar. For 10 generic and... ho ho ho... green giant! Thrasta is a legendary dinosaur. This spell costs 3 less to cast for each other spell cast this turn. Ooh. Trample Haste 7/7. Trample over Planeswalkers. That's weird. And Thrasta Tempest's Roar has hexproof as long as it enters the battlefield this turn. So on today's episode of How to Break It, it's Mono Green Storm. This is going to be interesting. But before we get into casting a bunch of instants and sorceries in a turn and making our commander only worth green, let's make sure those creatures work for us. Say hello to Tribute to the World Tree. For green, you get an enchantment with whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater, otherwise put 2 1/1 counters on. This turns any of our low-to-the-ground mana dorks into 3/3s, basically, and then it turns your commander into a card draw engine. That's fantastic! And speaking of multiple instants and sorceries in a turn, say hello to Chatterstorm. For 1 and a green, we get a 1/1 green squirrel creature token with the ability Storm on the spell. And while this is normally a niche card, since we're going to be casting so many little creatures to get to our commander, whenever you play a creature spell this turn, draw a card is a fantastic effect for 1. Here's our mana ramp packet. This one's giving me Lorax Speaks for the Trees vibes. And why not have Tribute of the World Tree's ability on a 2/3 body? Meet Beast Whisperer. For 2 green, whenever you cast a creature spell, we get to draw cards. That's all we're doing in this deck. Well, maybe not everything. Let's get some control up in here. This card just kind of feels like Teferi's Protection in green to me. This card's so stupidly good. Here's an interesting tech. Phyrexian Walker is technically casting a spell, so we also get a creature body out to block before Thrasta comes, and then when it does enter the battlefield, we're not leaving ourselves vulnerable. And here's a way to make our commander lethal in 2 hits. Nice! It might just be the fact that I'm a dinosaur kid at heart, or the fact that we just did Ghalta and Mavren, but this card makes a lot of sense in this deck because you're probably only going to be casting it for 2 green, which helps add to the storm count. And finally, since we're in green and a lot of big mana decks tend to just generate infinite mana anyway, I'm going to suggest Walking Ballista as an alternative infinite combo win. This has been a Deck Tech on Welcome to Jurassic Park, and that's How to Break It. And thanks again to Spike for the comment suggesting Thrasta. If any of you guys have suggestions for other commander strategies for How to Break It, please leave it in the comments. I'll be reading them. See ya!